Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to the program. Now, we finished our last episode with basically a promise to play another Lead Belly cover, and we definitely will. No question about it. Matter of fact, the link is right up there. But in the last couple days, I got some other artists in my feed, and I started thinking about who should I play next. And anytime that happens, I just get more and more confused till I get to a point where I don't know what the hell to do. And as always, when I find myself facing such a conundrum, I like to think to myself, what would Nunchuck Tyler do in a situation like this? Now, of course, Nunchuck Tyler brings joy and laughter through his incredible nunchuck skills. And really, after just seeing Otis Spann and Lonnie Johnson make music together, that is nothing but joy and laughter, my friends. And I think Nunchuck Tyler would approve. So, inspired by our favorite nunchuck wielding superheroes, it's Otis Spann and Lonnie Johnson. The song is Trouble on My Mind. And if you would, of course, be so kind, like, subscribe, post a comment, invite some family, and just really enjoy this sweet shit. This is good. This is old school, but good. I ain't lying to you. So it's Otis Spann on piano and vocals, Lonnie Johnson on guitar.
Trouble in my eyes, I'm a blue.
Damn.
But I won't be blue away, 'cause the sun gonna shine in my back door someday. I'm gonna lay my head on some lonesome railroad ride. I'm let the 219 ease my trouble in mind. Well, I'm going away, Lonnie. Lonnie, I won't be back no more. You know I'm gonna let the wind change now. Down the road I go. Watch out, baby. When you see me crying, baby, crying all night long, you know I've been crying, baby, want my baby home. I'm gonna lay my head on some lonesome railroad line. Let the 219 ease my trouble in mind. Trouble in mind. But I won't be blue always. Little wind gonna change, blow my blues
Whew. So there we go. It is Otis Spann and Lonnie Johnson. Trouble in My Mind. That was recorded in 1963 in Copenhagen, Denmark. Just simply brilliant, right? Just smooth. I get this image in my head when I hear that song of, some guy sitting, I don't know, some dive bar at a movie, just smoky, and there's sipping on a glass of whiskey, just feeling crappy about everything. Uh, I don't think I could actually do that, even though if I was feeling bad, sitting lonely in a bar somewhere. I think this music just makes me smile and make me feel better. Previously, we have featured Lonnie Johnson here on the program, so I'd like to take a few minutes to talk more about really Warren Spahn in this case. Now, if you notice at the end of the video, you saw Otis Spann's grave marker, and it shows that he was born in 1930, died 1970. Like a lot of things in the history of the blues, well, there's history and there's myth and there's a whole bunch of confusion in between. So Otis Spann was born March 21st in either 1924 or 1930. Now, according to his gravestone, they listed as 1930. Researchers Bob Engel and Eric LeBlanc, after studying census records, they come up with a birth date of a date of birth of March 21st, 1924 in Belzoni, Mississippi. And this is what makes the blues history so fun, is just never know what's going to take you, right? Now, Otis's biological father may have been a piano player by the name of Friday Ford. His mother, Josephine Irbe, was an excellent guitar player in her own right. She worked with Memphis Minnie, who's been on here on the program, and also Bessie Smith, who we still need to get and feature on this program. Spahn did begin playing piano at the age of 7. By the age of 14, he was playing professionally with bands in the area of Jackson, Mississippi. Moved to Chicago in 46, and that's where he's really kind of started blossoming as a professional musician. There, he was mentored by Big Maceo Merriweather. He also performed solo with guitarist Morris Pajot. I may not be saying that name correctly. And then also working at regular clubs and really popular spots in the city, like the TikTok Lounge, for instance. Now, his big break really did come in 1952 when he joined Muddy Waters Band and played on some of his biggest recordings, songs like Hoochie Coochie Man, I'm Ready, Got My Mojo Working. And of course, like we've said many, many times in this program, if you were trying to be a blues musician in the 1950s, 1960s, all roads, well, playing with Muddy just opened a lot of doors, and did the same thing for Otis Spann as well. Now, while playing with Muddy Waters, which I believe he did all the way through 1968, if I'm not mistaken, he recorded solo LPs and worked with other musicians as well. Now, some of the folks that he did play with is kind of like a who's who of the blues history. We're talking Howlin' Wolf, Bo Diddley, Big Walter Horton, Robert Jr. Lockwood, Eric Clapton, James Cotton, Buddy Guy, Big Mama Thornton, Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac in the early Fleetwood Mac blues years, not the Fleetwood Mac Rumors years, for instance. B.B. King, and just probably dozens of others in and around the Chicago area. In fact, in his lifetime, he recorded some 21 different LPs. Actually, the last couple, I think, were actually released after he had passed away in 1970. If you're looking for other some really cool Otis Spann recordings that you can actually watch, for instance, there's a few really good DVDs out there. One is his performance at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1960. He's got the American Folk and Blues Festival, that's in 63, Blues Masters in 66, and the Copenhagen Jazz Festival in 1968. As I just mentioned, Otis Spann did not last long. We lost him in 1970 at the age of 46. And for almost 30 years, he laid in an unmarked grave. I guess there was just no money to pay for a headstone. And then it was right around the turn of the century, probably 98, 99, Steve Salter, he was the president of the Killer Blues Headstone Project. He wrote a letter to Blues Review magazine and basically calling for help raising money to buy a headstone for this great musician. Readers from around the world contributed, a few dollars here and there. Then finally, on June 6, 1999, they were actually able to place a headstone or a grave marker at his burial site. It was done at a private ceremony with friends and such, but the stone, as you can see at the end of the video, has a really nice message. I think it's really cool. It says, Otis played the deepest blues we've ever heard. He'll play forever in our hearts. And if you didn't know that before now, you sure do. Because that's just a brilliant performance with he and Lonnie Johnson. And I mean, really, what would you expect? Otis Spann was posthumously elected to the Blues Hall of Fame in 1980. And in November of 2012, Spann, along with his cousin and fellow pianist, Little Johnny Jones, they did receive a Mississippi Blues Trail Marker plaque in Jackson, Mississippi, where Spann and his family lived in the 30s and 40s, and that's kind of really where their roots are. So I hope you loved it. We'll get back to the Lead Belly covers, I think, for the next episodes. I got a really cool thing. And I'm guessing if you think really hard, you may know who the artist is playing that Lead Belly cover. Either way, like, subscribe, post a comment, invite friends and family. And I just hope you really just dug this trip back into the past with just a couple really brilliant players. So that's all I got for you, my friends. We'll see you again next time. Y'all be good, all right?